Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Gracie, and I'm a teenager like my life and putting on YouTube. So today I'm going to not answer some questions. Nobody's asked me these questions. Today I'm going to give babysitting tips and what to do in some certain situations, coming from a full-time babysitter of going on 4 years now. And here's just things I do. So number one is how to become a babysitter. So for me, I started out with family members, full-time babysitting while they were at work, date nights with family members, and then I just started posting in my local Facebook group. Facebook is like going to be your business source. Create a business page. I have a business page, but create a business page, create a Facebook profile, and 9 times out of 10 your like local area will have a babysitting page, because everybody is looking for babysitters, especially during the summer. Now I do babysitting all year round, but that's just because I have the privilege of doing online school. But during the summer, everybody is looking for a babysitter no matter what. Alright, so what to charge? I just kind of go off of what minimum wage is. Not when I do full-time babysitting, like I'm supposed to be here, but when I do date nights, I just go off minimum wage. Where I live, minimum wage is $10.25. I charge half of that. I charge $5, but that's also just because the families that I babysit for want a trusted babysitter, but they can't really afford a trusted babysitter, so I do cut that in half. Some families I do charge more, depending on how many kids they have. So if you have 1 kid, I charge $5. If you have 2 kids, sometimes I charge $7, sometimes I charge $10, just depending on the kids. Now if it's like I'm new, I don't know who these kids are, I charge the up price of $10. If like it's 2 kids, I charge a price of $10. If it's 1 kid, I charge a price of like $7. So I just go off that, because I don't know, I kind of just base it off of how much I do have to do there. Okay, what to ask when you are going to babysit someone's kids? I always ask what the kids' age are. I don't really do their names, just because when I walk into the home, I want the parents to introduce me to their kids, not me to already know their names. I want the parents to be like, oh, this is Olivia and Raylan, and I'm like, hi Olivia and Raylan, my name is Grace. So I ask the kids' age, their allergies, what they like to do, what type of activities they like to do in their house, the hours that I will be working. I feel like that's just standard. And then what is all expected. So like when I'm in your home, do you want me to do the dishes, do the laundry, clean the floors? Am I just majority there to watch the children, or am I there to do housework and keep your children safe? So that's just kind of like what I like to do. So this is a tip: always leave the house better than you walked in. So if you walk in and there's toys everywhere, pick those toys up. Now I'm not saying like clean up their whole house top to bottom spotless, but clean up after the children. If they make a mess, clean it up. Now, do every single day I clean up after the kids I babysit full time? No, not every single day, because I'm already out of my mind stressed, and I don't have time to pick up every single toy that they play with, and before like I have to leave for the day. So I mean, never stress yourself out about that. If not everything's picked up and expected and spotlessly clean, majority of the parents want you there is to take care of their children, but it's a nice surprise when they come home and their house is cleaner than they left it. Okay, so unless the kids are sleeping, don't be on your phone. I feel like when you're there, or like if the kids are like independently playing, maybe be on your phone. But if like the kids are sleeping, yeah, be on your phone. But if the kids are like wide and awake and they're not like independently playing, like do an activity or something with them, just don't be on your phone the whole time. Especially if it's your first time in there, you do want to make a good impression on the parents. You want to come back. Make sure to play with the kids. I feel like that's just there. Like nobody, like unless they're like, oh, like you have to do the laundry, do the dishes, clean and mop the floors, like all of this stuff, then okay, maybe you don't have time to play with the kids in your day. But if you're there for a date night, play, because that's what you're there for. To me, date nights are fun. I come into the home with the children and we play with toys, we play hide and seek, we play everything. Yeah. What if the kid gets hurt? So I usually, I'm haven't been in a situation yet where a kid has gotten too hurt, but I have been in, well, that's actually a lie, but I usually just shoot the parents a message, even if it's small, like even if they get a paper cut, I'm always shoot the parents a message, like, hey, so-and-so fell off of the couch, they bumped their head, they're fine, they're conscious, I checked their pupils, they are not showing any signs of concussions. I did just want to let you know, it happened so minutes ago. You should immediately tell the parents. I've heard so many parents tell me, oh my gosh, my last babysitter wouldn't tell me when my kids got hurt until like 2 or 3 hours after the fact. No, my first thing after making sure the child is okay, because that's your first thing, make sure the child is okay, then you text the parents. You don't wait and see if the child's okay. Like, my first thing is, oh my gosh, I have to text the parents. Even if I could be in trouble with the parents, like, everyone needs to understand kids get hurt. Bedtime. So I rarely do like bedtimes anymore. That's what I did like a lot when I was a little bit younger. First into babysitting, that's like what I would do. I'd watch kids do bedtimes. With babies, so when I'm laying a child down to go to bed or nap, I always turn on some type of music just so that I can get their deep focus into that. I close all the curtains, make sure the lights off, and most kids will either have like a little humidifier or like one of the little oil things, or a fan, turn it on because that's probably what their parents use. Tuck them into bed. Some kids like to be snuggled. Some kids like to have their back rubbed or their hair. I always ask the kids, unless they're nonverbal, and then I'll just be like, is this okay? And usually the children will tell you if they are uncomfortable, or really just follow what the parents tell you. I've had a few parents just like, oh, you can just lay them down in their bed and walk away. Okay, I feel guilty doing that, but if that's what your child is used to and that's what they've done their whole life, then that is what I'm going to do. Choking absolutely scares me. So I do recommend, if you do start babysitting, that you do take a class. They do have free online programs. That's what I've taken because of course, like, I can't afford to get certified in anything just yet. But if a child is choking, it's what they're choking on that matters. So if they're choking on something soft and squishy like banana, avocado, like a Cheeto that's like deformed, please do not try and shove your fingers in their throat and get it out instantly. If they are a baby, you turn them over and you just smack their back really, really, really hard. Same thing with toddler. If they're not too big, you can just like pop them over and just swing on it. You need to make sure that they like are in the right space. It's so hard to explain, but like you just gotta like get them and you just gotta walk on their back until that comes out. Don't be afraid to do it too hard, because I promise you, their life. And also, don't start to freak out unless they are turning blue. Okay, like stop the child if they're choking, but don't start to absolutely like freak out and hyperventilate if the child is not blue yet. The child is blue, absolutely start, get on the phone with 911 while also trying to literally get this out of the child and everything like that. Choking scares me so bad, so you know, just take the online courses. Okay, so babies. Babies are so much easier than toddlers. I would take 3 babies over a toddler any day. Babies are so sweet and they just sleep all the time. But it's also really boring to look after babies, so that's like why I love my toddlers so much, because babies are just like just sitting there. They're kind of just doing nothing. But babies are super simple. You do have to change a lot more diapers with babies, and they do have scheduled feeding times. Like, they have to be fed every 2 to 6 hours. So like between that time frame, however old they are easier to choke. They are putting everything in their mouth. You do have to change them a lot, and everything. Babies are really simple. I love babies. Toddlers, on the other hand, they are getting into everything. They are running around, they are screaming, they're very hard to keep occupied, they don't sleep. It's my rundown on toddlers. But then you also have the sweet side, like babies, like making them giggle and Again, they sleep literally all the time. Make them giggle, they sleep all the time. Getting to love on them and cuddle and snuggle. That's what I love about babies and my toddlers, is I get to communicate with them, unless they're nonverbal. But I get to communicate with them. We can go and have fun. We can play with as many toys as we want to. We just get to have so much fun, and that's why I love my toddlers and I love my babies, and that's why I love what I do. My next thing is, don't go into line of babysitting so like, oh, it's an easy way to make money. Don't go into it if you actually don't want children. I've had a few friends who are like, oh, like, I don't actually like children, but I just went into it because it's an easy way to make money at a young age. Don't do that. Don't do that to the child, and don't do that to yourself. It's just not going to work out. And then also, if you are not liking a family or this child in specific, leave while you can. A few summers ago, I had a child that really stressed me out, and I needed to leave, so I quit. It was horrible for me. It was probably really horrible for their mom. It was an upsetting situation. I missed the kids once I left, but I had to do what was right for me, and leaving them was what was right, and that's what I had to do. So yeah. Alright, discipline. A lot of people, when you're like, how do I discipline your child, they freak out because nobody wants you disciplining their child or anything like that. Now, I don't usually bring this until I have done like a few date nights with this family in particular, or it's like getting to the point that I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do with this child. Like, I've tried literally every single method. I've gentled everything. I've been like so understanding of the child. I've tried to figure everything out. So talk about timeouts in the corner. That's just what I like to do. I like to do sitting timeouts a little bit more, where they just sit and they get to cool down and think, because not only does a timeout allow the child to time out, it allows you as the teen or the adult to also get a break, a minute to think. And another thing is, if a child is stressing you out so much, a baby or a toddler, you've tried everything and you're gonna cry, walk away. Put that kid somewhere safe and walk away. I do this on such a daily basis because it gets to the point where I'm so frustrated and I don't know what to do, and I want to cry, but I'm not going to let a child see me cry. So I just simply walk away from them. I make sure that they are the safest they can be, and I walk away from them, even if that's putting some TV on. I put myself in another room. I don't remove the child from the situation, I remove myself, because it's not fair to them for me to yell at them. So I remove myself. Last thing I got is diaper rashes. I have been with a few diaper rashes before. You can change a child so quickly after they poop, and they might still develop a rash. My favorite thing to do when a child has a bad rash and it's just not going away is not to keep on putting product after product after product. And of course, make sure the parents are okay with this. I like to soak them in a warm bath with some soap, and I'll probably put them in the bath and sit with them when they're in the bath for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then after that I make sure they are all dry and I let them run without their diaper on. They can be on the floor if they want. Hopefully they don't poop on the floor, but I just let the child run around and let it air out and breathe. And then when I do that, I put their diaper back on after letting them run free for a couple minutes, put their diaper back on with no product at all, and as soon as I see that yellow line turn blue or green, I change them. So hopefully the rash is better. 9 times out of 10 it definitely is. Like looking a little better, the redness will go down, the spots will go down if there are any spots, and then I apply diaper rash cream in like a Vaseline on top of it. I like noticed that really helps the kids. Sorry, I had to burp. But like when I apply the diaper rash cream and then I like moisturize them up, I protect their skin with Vaseline. And I also, with some kids, because sometimes their poops just be so bad, I just do them up with Vaseline, especially like if I'm full-time babysitting and I know they're gonna poop soon. I will just cover them in Vaseline and baby powder, so then when they do go number 2, it doesn't stick to them or anything, because again, you can catch it so soon. You can catch it so soon, literally right after it happens. But sometimes their poops are just so bad that it just instantly gives them a rash. Or also I lather them up because I might be busy and I might not smell their poop. They might be independently playing while I'm doing dishes, cleaning up the floor, doing something else, filling their other siblings' buckets, and I don't catch it like right in a second away. And never, if it happens like countlessly times after time after time after time after time, like you're just like not changing this kid, yeah, I feel guilty. But if it's happened once or twice or maybe even 3 times, like don't feel guilty. Kids get rashes, it's fine, as long as it's not like you let them sit in their poop for like an hour or 2. Definitely like don't let a kid sit in there for more than 30 minutes. And that's also another thing on diaper talk. I check kids every 30 minutes. So like if I don't smell anything, that's fine. If we're playing, I set a timer on my phone and I check them every 30 minutes to see if they have gone pee or poop, because you have to check them. You have to do that, and you have to change their diapers. You have to. All right, now we're done with diaper talk. I just want to talk about one more thing. I know I probably said it 10 times. But like for babies, for the feedings, so I might get wrong on this. This is just like my knowledge. So I'm gonna talk about formula, normal milk, and then breast milk. Breast milk I'm really touchy on. I've only watched 2 kids that were breastfed and I ever had to do like breast milk with. Formula I'm skilled on. So unless they're like a special diet, 1 scoop, or like if the CAM says differently, 1 scoop per 2 ounces. That's what you gotta do. 1 scoop per 2 ounces. So if you're making 6 ounces in a bottle, you're gonna need 3 scoops. If you're making 4, you're gonna need 2. If you're making 8, you need 4. Math is mathing. If you do half a scoop, so like if you're doing like 5 ounces, you're gonna do, oh my gosh, you're gonna do 2.5 scoops. I'm so sorry, my brain was not braining. It doesn't brain until I'm actually making the bottle, but you're gonna do 2.5 scoops, of course. And then with milk, I never let milk sit out for more than 2 hours. In the winter time, when it's hot in the house, when it's a little warmer in the house, I never let milk sit out over an hour. Once milk is warm to the touch, it's no longer good. And then also don't like refrigerate the milk, like it's been sitting out, refrigerate it, have it sit out again and then refrigerate it. No, it can sit out for like maybe an hour, then you can refrigerate it, and if the kid does not drink it the second time after you've put it back in the refrigerator, then it's not good no more, throw it out. Same thing with breast milk. Again, I'm really not too skilled on this, but I don't think it can sit out longer than 2 hours, and then you can't do like sit out fridge thing. You can only do like, because it'll start to grow bacteria. Again, I'm not too skilled on that, but yeah, that's about it. Those are my babysitting tips and stuff. Maybe in another little talking vlog I'll share my babysitting tricks, but I hold those dearest to me because I'm a little skilled. But yeah, that's it. I hope to see you guys in